Good morning, everybody. Matt Modi here, and the Dong Report is back in your life. I apologize for the couple days off, but I was traveling, as I'm sure you could have guessed. We are back with the Dong Report today, coming to you a little bit late as I slept in this morning, but I am excited to be back talking dongs. We're going to have 7 dongs on the report for you guys today. Just to do a recap, because it has been a little bit since you've last seen me, just giving you my recap on the entire season. Up a little bit under 14 units on the year, which isn't incredible. Obviously, we're happy to be in the green. We're happy to be profitable. We'd like to be up more than that on the year, but we'll take betting on dongs. We'll take being in the green. So as for today, I'm going to have 7 guys for you to lock in. Reminder to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are not already. Reminder to like, comment, all that good stuff. Check out my Dub Club if you're interested in having all my plays sent to you for $5 a month. But let's get into today's dong picks. So again, 7 total. Starting in the Orioles versus Mets game, I'm going to have 2 guys on the Mets. So I'm going to have Francisco Lindor and I'm going to have Pete Alonso. I'm actually going to have a third guy in this game. So if you are playing the round robin, that means 3 separate same game parlays because it's 3 guys in the same game. But I'm just going to start with the 2 guys on the Mets and then give you everything once I talk about the guy on the Orioles. As for these 2, they both have been hitting pretty well recently, and they both have a great matchup against Trevor Rogers of the Orioles. Rogers was traded over from the Marlins to the Orioles around the trade deadline. We like to call him a certified dong ball thrower. He loves to allow home runs to be hit off of him. Now, I will admit, he has been good in his last 2 starts, meaning, he's good in the home run department. He hasn't allowed a home run in 2 straight starts, but you look at his stats also in those 2 starts, and it's not like he was phenomenal in either of those starts. So it kind of makes me feel as though he went 2 straight starts without allowing a home run. Looking at his stats, he's due to allow a bunch of home runs. He's due for a spot where he gets lit up. Hopefully that does happen tonight. Both Lindor and Alonso have great matchups against him. He predominantly throws fastballs. Four-seam fastballs is what he throws most often. Both Alonso and Lindor crush the four-seam fastball. Now, they also both crush left-handed pitchers better than righties as well. Now, left-handed pitchers are always going to have a little bit of a smaller sample size if you're looking at last 2 weeks, last month, because there are not as many of them. But if you look at, and I can filter the data, the last 16 weeks, which is basically the whole year, the last 4 months, basically the whole year. Lindor has a barrel rate of 23.81% against four-seam fastballs. He's got an ISO rate of 357, 35.7% against four-seam fastballs. Again, that's over the past 4 months from fastballs from left-handed pitchers. Alonso doesn't quite barrel them up as well as Lindor, but he still crushes four-seam fastballs. ISO rate 424 against four-seam fastballs within the same stats, the same time frame, all that good stuff. Next up, he throws, the Orioles pitcher Trevor Rogers throws changeups and sinkers. I will admit Lindor hits those 2 pitches better than Alonso does if you look at the entire season. But if you look at more recent stats, last 2 weeks, last month, it favors Alonso a little bit. So if you look at the whole year, favors Lindor. If you look at recently, favors Alonso. So I wanted to have both of them on it. I think both of them have a good chance to hit a home run. Now for the guy on the Orioles, we're going with Anthony Santander to hit a home run. He's been amazing. Probably doesn't need much of a selling point at this point because he's been incredible for like 2 months now. He's hit 18 home runs over the last 60 days, tied for the second most in the MLB. Only Ohtani has hit more, and Ohtani's hit 19. And what I personally love about Anthony Santander is the fact that he's essentially equally as good whether he's facing a righty or whether he's facing a lefty. His ISO rate against left-handed pitching, 297. Against right-handed pitching, 284. Essentially the same thing, slightly better against lefties. Still very good overall. And for tonight, he is facing lefties, facing David Peterson of the Mets. Now, Peterson is not like Trevor Rogers. I will admit he's been good this year. He has not allowed a ton of home runs, not a certified dong ball pitcher, but he does allow a decently high hard hit rate, like 43.9%. That's not among the worst in the league, but it's definitely below average. And Santander just crushes his pitch mix. Predominantly throws four-seam fastballs, sinkers, and changeups. That makes up 90% of the pitches that Santander is going to see. Smacked around all of these pitches, especially the fastball. Over the past month, fastballs from lefties, 22% barrel rate, 83% hard hit rate, and a 667 ISO rate. crazy stats against four-seam fastballs from lefties over the past month. Really like the matchup for Santander. So if you're doing a round robin, you will need to place 3 separate same-game parlays for these 3 guys. It's Lindor and Alonso, it's Lindor and Santander, and it's Alonso and Santander. You're just kind of getting every combination of the 3 guys. Next up, our 4th pick for today, Yordan Alvarez to hit a home run. So Yordan is going up against Tanner Houck of the Red Sox, where if you look at the entire season, you're going to say, well, we don't want to target Houck. He's a really good pitcher. He's not a dong ball pitcher by any means, but he was so good at the beginning of the year that his season-long stats look a lot better and do not reflect how he has been playing recently. His home run per 9 on the entire season, 0.55. Very good number, very low. You look at his last 8 starts, that number jumps up to 1.45. He's allowed 7 home runs in his last 8 starts. 4 of them have come against left-handed hitters. That would be Yordan Alvarez. Now, Houck is kind of interesting. He's got an uncommon pitch mix. His top 3 pitches and the only 3 pitches that he throws to lefties, splitters, sweepers, sinkers. So no four-seam fastball, no changeup, no curveball. Different types of pitches. The good news is that Yordan hits this stuff pretty well. If you look at all 3 of these pitches over the past month from right-handed pitchers, 17% barrel rate, 327 ISO rate. Again, against those 3 pitches from righties over the past month. Yordan's been hitting well recently. Let's hope he stays hot. Hits one for us tonight. That would be play number 4. Play number 5, I'm going to have Vinny Pasquantino to hit a home run. Now, this one is definitely more of a long shot variety. Pasquantino is not a traditional dong ball hitter, and admittedly, the weather at this Angels-Royals game is not ideal. The Royals Stadium is not a hitter home run friendly park, but I really like the odds that we're getting on Pasquantino above plus 600, like 625, 640, depending on what book you're looking at. And he's got a really good matchup against the Angels pitcher. So Carson Fulmer is pitching for the Angels. Fulmer is a right-handed pitcher that really struggles against lefties, going up against a left-handed hitter in Pasquantino, who hits righties much harder. Now, as I mentioned, Pasquantino is not a traditional power hitter, so if you're looking at his season-long stats, you're not going to be super impressed or anything like that. But he has been hitting very, very well recently, and he's kind of shown that he can go on these like 5 to 7 game home run binges, or just hitting the ball hard binges. So hopefully that we can kind of get him in the middle of one of those. He did hit a home run 3 games ago, and he's been on fire recently. 4-game hit streak, 1 home run, 2 doubles in this stretch. So yeah, his on fire isn't quite like Corey Seager, where it's like 4 home runs in 4 straight games, but it is pretty good. Combined 7 hits in his last 3 games. He didn't have a home run last game, but he did have 3 hard hits. He just wasn't able to get 1 yard because he didn't have the launch angle. But Pasquantino is generally pretty good about hitting fly balls. Fly ball rate 45% against righties is pretty good. So the fact that he didn't didn't get one to launch with the angle yesterday, not really scared off of that. He'll mostly see four-seam fastballs and changeups against Fulmer. He doesn't hit four-seamers super well, but he does hit changeups really well. So hopefully he can stay hot. Hopefully he can hit a fastball yard. If not, changeup is a much better pitch for him. That's what he's going to see tonight. Let's hope he hits one for us. Second to last pick of the evening is Jackson Merrill, who I am taking to hit a home run. I'm putting Merrill in the round robin. I'm also putting a quarter unit on him straight up to hit a home run. So if he hits one, regardless of anything else, we'll be green for the day. And Merrill, he's been awesome this season. I mean, he might win Rookie of the Year. So he hasn't hit a home run in 6 straight games. He's actually been hitting really, really well in this 6-game stretch. So the fact that he hasn't hit 1 yard, and also 6 games is not that long, but the fact that he hasn't hit 1 yard in 6 games, it's more bad luck than anything. He somehow has 2 triples in this stretch, literally 2 different triples, and he also has a 400-foot flyout in one of those games as well. So he's been hitting the ball really, really well. Again, more just bad luck that he hasn't gotten one to go out of the stadium. That's something that I think changes today. Kind of similar to Pasquantino. He's been hitting the ball really well. 5 hits combined in his last 3 games. Going up against a pitcher that we don't know a ton about, Zebby Matthews, is pitching for the Twins. He has not pitched a lot this year, so it's a small sample size. But He has been hit really, really hard in this small sample size, which obviously that bodes well for Merrill. He's a right-handed pitcher, which is better for Merrill. Merrill's a left-handed batter. And Zepi Matthews predominantly throws four-seam fastballs like 45% of the time. Merrill hits fastballs pretty well. Over the past 2 weeks from fastballs from right-handed pitching, 12.5% barrel rate, 375 ISO rate. Again, I hope he hits one tonight. I'm putting him in the round robin and putting a quarter unit on him straight up. Play number 7 and our final pick of the evening. Another long shot that I am playing for a quarter unit individually. That would be Jeimer Candelario to hit a home run. So it's kind of annoying. As of the time of this recording, FanDuel does not have odds out for him yet. By the time you're watching this, odds might be out and you might be fine. But if you want to do the round robin, you'd either have to wait until odds are posted for him, or you could just only take him straight up for a quarter unit, leave him out of the round robin entirely, because if he hits one, then we will be green for the day. You won't even need him in the round robin. That's what I did. I placed the 6-leg round robin with everybody but him, and then I put a quarter unit on him straight up. But whatever you want to do is totally fine with me. As for the pitching matchup, really, really good one for Candelario, going up against Kevin Gausman, who I love Kevin Gausman. He's been a really good pitcher in his career, but he's not having a good year. Down year for Kevin Gausman, and it's just a bad matchup for him specifically. Gausman loves throwing heat, throws a fastball over 50% of the time. Candelario, that's his best pitch, annihilates, crushes fastballs. You look at his ISO rate on the year against fastballs in general, not even looking at the handedness of the pitcher, over 300, really good. You look at it like the past 4 months, which is basically the entire season. He's hit 7 home runs off of a four-seam fastball from a right-handed pitcher. ISO rate of 375 against them. And hitters have crushed Gausman's fastball all year. That's the reason why he's having the down years, because his fastball isn't as good as it's been in his career. So, love Candelario to hit a home run, and that's all we got. Plays 1 through 7. Dong watch 1 through 7 for you guys. Any combination of 2 equals profit. Any combination of 1 of Jackson Merrill or Jeimer Candelario equals profit. I feel like we're going to get 4 tonight is what it feels like. But I appreciate everybody for watching. Again, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Check out the Dub Club, all that good stuff. And have a good one.